Welcome to Horsefly Chronicles Radio with Julia and Philip Siracusa. Sponsored by Carnation. Airing live on United Public Radio Network on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. This show's opening has been produced, edited, narrated by Gwen Luckett at gluckett.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday night segment of Horsefly Chronicles Radio with myself, Julia Siracusa, and Phil Siracusa. We're broadcasting live from the United Paranormal Radio Network on 105.3 FM and 107.7 FM from New Orleans. We're also live on Roku, so you can watch us live from your TV. We're fully sponsored by Carnation, so we want to thank them for their sponsorship. We love them. You'll have to do a few things in order to participate in chat. Go to YouTube, UFO Paranormal Radio. You can go to all of the Facebook stations, UFO Paranormal Radio Network, UFO Undercover with Joe Montaldo, News on the Flip Side, Twitch, SoundCloud, Podbeam, and of course, our group Horsefly Chronicles Radio on Facebook. And if you have any questions for our guests, please ask. So tonight, guys, we have another amazing guest sitting right there. So please welcome to the show, medium Sky Raye. She is a natural-born psychic medium. She connects with the spirits of our loved ones, bringing comfort and closure to those in need. She's a healer and an author, and tonight we're going to dig deep into all of the wonderful things that she's doing, and of course talk about her book, which is Find Your Voice in the Darkness, which you can find on Amazon. So please, let's welcome her to the show. Yay!
Welcome.
Hi guys, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming.
Can you hold that book a little closer to the screen?
I don't know if we're getting glare from my...
Yeah, we got it's good. I can see it.
Cool, nice.
There it is. 7-time best-selling author.
Yes, I know. It's amazing. You know what?
Nice.
Well, why don't we just talk, let's just dive right into the book. I mean,
Okay.
Let's just do that. It's so good. It got so many good reviews.
Thank you.
What inspired you to write it?
Well, it's first of all, I guess, my personal stories. My reasoning behind it would be because I lost my father to stage 4 cancer, and like I've told you both before, I mean, I was never mentored. I was raised by the dead and my guide. So when my dad passed, I went through my grief and I wanted to share my story, but it was him that inspired me to want to share my story so that I could help others through the loss and grief of losing loved ones, or not even just that, just a loss of jobs, loss of anything, any obstacles, any trials, tribulations in life. I wanted to be able to storytell and tell my stories to help encourage others and let them know, I have sat in the darkness. I've been in the darkness. We are the light in the dark, as healers. So for us to sit and say that we're all happy, unicorns, sunshine, and rainbows is a bunch of crap, because you have to hold darkness in you as well as light, the yin and the yang. You have to understand that most healers have a very hard life. Most mediums have a lot of experiences so that they can reach their people and help heal them by understanding and going through those experiences. And that's also how spirit works with mediums. Spirit has a library. We have our own library. Our own experiences are our library, like shared memories. Yeah. If I have, the energy of a child that and I'm going to go deep because I do go deep. I have no filter. And it's sad. It's very hard for me, especially when it comes to children, but I've experienced this. Excuse me. My daughter, I share my story about my daughter. My daughter was targeted because of me, because of the darkness. And we went through our own tough path with that. And she had something attached to her. And I'm not going to say an attachment, but the darkness. You know, most children in adolescence, I did work in behavioral and health, the behavioral and mental health field. And most adolescents have very dark experiences going through the changes of them, you know, growing and coming into themselves, their being, not what they're programmed, but who they start to recognize who they are, their soul. So my daughter did attempt to commit suicide. So I like to share, you know, our personal stories. I did get her permission. I didn't want to share this story without her permission, obviously. I'm very censored and protected with, you know, the ethical parts with my clients and the people that I help. And also myself and my family, because we have to, you know, keep our energy protected and keep a sacred space for others. But she did try to commit suicide. And I find that my experience that I had with her, I have a lot of family members, moms and dads that come to me with their children. And I've had celebrities contact me, you know, with the same scenarios. And I work on cases with this scenario. I help them find their loved ones when they're missing. And it's usually this scenario. The last case I worked, I haven't worked a case in a long time. It was during the winter of this year. I closed a case and it took me 2 days to find them, but it was a family of police officers and lawyers that contacted me from Lancaster, PA. And it was funny because I asked them how they contacted me or how they knew about me. And they said, we Googled you. And I'm like, but my website's down. It's being vamped. I'm like, you shouldn't have been able to find me.
Mhm.
Although I'm all over, you know, Google, whatever. I was just really shocked that they found my website on there. And I'm like, this is God's work. Obviously, I was meant to do this case. And as soon as they got a hold of me, the spirit of the child was there.
Oh.
And, you know, I said what I had to say. I had to censor it because it was fresh. It was being investigated. The winter storm was about to come, and literally it was a couple days before the storm had come. It was near a lake. They would have never found the body if the storm, you know, if I didn't find him before the storm hit. They would have never found him until the snow melted. And he was only a mile and a half away from home.
Oh my
They had
goodness.
search parties, search dogs out. They could not get a scent. I said exactly what was going on the day he was missing, where he was last seen. Only investigators and detectives knew, other than me. And they knew, you know, I was the real deal at that point. And since then, I have not picked a case up because it really disturbed me. It takes me a long time. It does put a hole in your soul,
It does.
you know, when you work on these cases. But my book is to help motivate, inspire, teach, and share. So part one, I start out with my introduction, my personal story with my dad, sharing my gifts, how it all started, what it looked like, you know, and then I follow through with self-transformation, self-help for those people that need that help, that don't know where to go. More like the alternative form. I've worked my last job in 2017 as a case manager. I did work in, you know, I minored in psychology. I minored in law. I changed it to bachelor's of science. I do have education behind me, a big line of education, but I always tell everybody it doesn't matter what it is that you do and you learn from schooling. It's your personal experiences
Mhm.
that we take from, right?
Yeah.
But I think that I went that way because of what I experienced in general my whole life. And I always needed help,
Yeah.
but it was traditional help. So I really never had help. So what did I do? I went off the beaten path and started full time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But part 2 of my book is all the paranormal, and I'm trying not to cough. I
It's okay.
definitely have spirits around me.
It's okay. Listen,
Um,
you don't have to tell us.
oh my gosh, whew, I'm having a hard time breathing.
Oh
So
my God.
anyway,
Does
part
that
2,
happen to you a lot?
yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely not me. I
Mm.
have allergies, mind you, but I had my natural tea with my honey. So I know I've been fine. I've been fine the last few hours.
Yeah.
Now I'm on here, so somebody's probably going to jump on. But
That's what happens.
I am a Gemini. I'm dual, so I kind of go in and out a lot. You
I
guys,
have a Gemini. My son's a Gemini, so I can relate.
right? But yeah, so the second part, and with the paranormal, I share some little stories, some short stories, and I talk about the school systems. I talk about the medical field, and the experiences that I've had with my children, because I do have 2 mediums. My youngest and my oldest are mediums, full-fledged mediums. Of course, they're my children and don't want to learn from me, so they're taking the hard route like I did. I think that I definitely took the hard route with all of my my training with my guides and who I've worked with in general throughout my life, as far as who I've healed in the cases that I've worked. My first case was at 9 years old. I mean, and I was connected with this case. And I didn't realize it until I was older that I actually was a part of it, in that sense, where I had found the vehicle that was missing. This woman had been missing from our area. I knew what happened. But the weird thing was, in the scenario, was my dad actually took me to her house 3 years prior to go buy a shotgun for hunting from her husband. And from that point on, I remembered who she was. I remembered her name. I remembered where they lived. Now, why would I do that, being at the age I was at? Then I go for a walk. Obviously, I didn't call and report it. I was with an adult. They called and reported it, but I saw everything that happened. They did end up bringing a psychic in, an older woman, which she was close with some of the information, but I'll tell you what, they just closed that case, I think 2 years ago.
Oh,
It was an
wow.
open case for over 30 years, or 35 years, because I was very young and I'm 44 now. So yeah, it was pretty interesting.
What?
So our path will find us. So for the people that don't understand or know what their soul purpose is, my book, I share insights to help you gain that insight by yourself. We have all the knowledge we need within us. I always say, most of my clients are a one and done with me. If they have to keep coming back to me, I've not done my job, right? So I feel like now, if it's for different services or healings, that's different. But as far as my mediumship skills go, it's usually a one and done. They don't usually come back.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So when you see spirits, how do you see them? How do they come to you?
Sometimes it can be, depending on the level that they're on or the dimension they're in, it can be just like you and I. So when I was younger, I would see them full. They would be a solid figure. I did not know they were dead. I did not know. They can be transparent. They can be smoke, you know, they can show up in all sorts of forms. The lower energies, and I have a chapter where I said about the monsters under the bed, you know. When I experienced grief at a young age, losing one of my caretakers, which was my grandfather, I started seeing the lower energies, and they would just stand there and they would just stare at me and scare the living shit out of me. So it took me a long time to get past the fear. Once you get past the fear and you understand, really, you're holding light and you're holding space for them, whether they're in a lower energy or not. The light holders, those people, us, that can see and feel and sense spirit naturally, most of us can, if we allow it and we're not scared. We have to say a prayer, right? We have to open the light for them. And it's just acknowledgement. They just need acknowledgement and a little prayer, and it can go a long way. So I always teach my students, anytime they feel, holy crap, they feel bombarded, anytime They feel like there's eyes on them. Sometimes it's your guides, and angels are very like invasive, and they will hover.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just the angels. They've never been humans, so they don't know any better.
Yeah.
You have to ask them to back up. I feel like I'm being watched. I don't like it. And I work with a lot of different entities, and a lot of people now are getting into the star seed stuff and the ET stuff, which I've always believed, I've always seen. I know that I am a hybrid of, we are hybrids of them. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't know what we know. We wouldn't have the intelligence that we have with the interdimensional stuff if we were not.
It's true.
It's just the people need to understand that it's the past and the present and the future exists now. It's all
Absolutely
here now, right? So that's what we're able to tap into, and we call it the Akashic Records, whatever you have. I have so many services. I can't even begin to I can't keep up with my website. Jerry and I have been revamping it. It's been a couple months, and I'm still not done.
Yeah.
It's so much. There's too much, and I don't like to be stuck with one thing. I like to be able to be versatile and diverse with the things that I do, because I'm very eclectic, and I don't stick to just one thing, because I am many things. We are many, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I want to say hello to Nicole Beach. She is in chat. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Phil, I know you must have a bunch of questions, so go ahead.
Hi. I forgot I was part of the show. Hi, everybody. It's Phil from the Horsefly Chronicles home in Eastern Pennsylvania. No, it's interesting. I mean, when she said our soul, she teaches about the soul. And I was just thinking what my soul's purpose was. To be stuck in a haunted house 24/7 with rotten kids. I mean, what could be my soul's purpose? And then I'm told I'm part of the Galactic Federation.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I've worth trillions of dollars to them, but I haven't seen anything in US dollars. So, you want to help me out here? I mean, you have the best-selling book. You obviously are very knowledgeable. My pockets are empty, and my kids are bad. What's my soul's purpose?
You're doing it.
What am I doing? I'm sitting here talking to you.
Philip, what are you doing for your daytime job? Okay. You're doing your purpose. Now, how do you market your purpose? I help people. I do help coach people with their businesses globally. This is like my 12th business. This is my second global business. I've had a lot of help by actually learning the business venture part. I had to learn that because it was something natural that came to me, but it came to me by doing my marketing in the military. I was a retention NCO and a recruiter, and I learned how to use my marketing skills once I got on the internet and started doing it this way. You guys are there. It just takes time to build it. Philip, you have so much information here. Start spilling your guts. Spill it. You need to let yourself out, let it go. You have so much that you hold in that I don't feel like you're afraid to put it out there. It's time management. So what I'm going to recommend to you is when you sit down with your ideas, I want you to set a specific time and a date to get ready with your guides so that they know, and physically write it down on a schedule and sit with them and do some inspired writing with them and see where they take you. Because I feel like
my guides, I do talk to them. They don't listen. They walked out on me.
No, you have the nuns standing around you with the cigarettes now what the hell's he doing? The spirit guys, now what the hell's he doing? I'm going to stand here and watch this. You know what it is? We try to do it our way, and we try to control it our way. If I do that, my day does not work. I can't do my own schedule. It does not work. I have to work on their schedule. If something shows up, I have to be there.
Yeah.
And that
I
means
like it.
creative work.
I'm still looking for the purpose, but I like what you're saying. I mean, look, all joking aside, I'm afraid to drink too much water now. After seeing somebody that just died from drinking 4 bottles of water, and I saw that.
I saw that.
But I drink. I mean, I can't eat lettuce because of whatever that's carrying. I can't drink too much water. I can't eat meat because of cholesterol.
So
I
you're
have
like,
to have a purpose.
oh, because you need plant stuff because you're an ET, right?
I don't like carbs. I like a good steak. That's what
I
I
do
am.
too, and
Or I
I
like
cheat.
a good
I cheat
calzone. I'm
this week.
Italian. I like a good calzone, chicken cutlet, Parmesan, rigatoni. I
He's
like
gonna
that
go
kind of
for
stuff.
food now.
My
My
cholesterol's high
sole
too.
purpose is going to be to find a pill that I can eat whatever I want and not get fat.
Well, pass it over. I think, see, you guys saw that I was bodybuilding and I gained, I was up to 175 by last July. By this July, I'm half of my body weight because of my
Wow,
TCAM.
good for you.
No, it's
Wow.
not a good thing. It was not healthy. My cholesterol got high. I
Yeah.
changed my dieting and then I went through stress.
Yeah.
Stress will kill you.
Yes, it will.
Which is
I've
true.
been through it. My daughter got diagnosed with cancer March of
Oh,
last year. Had her operation. Now I'm getting the best doctors from Harvard, taking her to Boston. I'm getting a referral list from a friend here on the island, and I'm getting her taken care of now. But I'm telling
good.
you, the stressors that we have in everyday life, I wish we could go back to the good old days because even now, like it's hard for people to function. You know,
really
they're
is.
watching TV, they're watching the news. I don't do this. I haven't
Yeah.
done it in years.
Yes.
Now, if I
Yeah.
catch things, it's on the internet, like the woman that, you know, she
Oh my
got
God.
dehydrated. I mean, this is common. It happened
Yeah.
to me one year. I did the same thing. I started throwing up.
Really?
Had enough water in me, but I had too many fluids in me. Same thing. And the doctor
Oh,
said,
wow.
you showed up here because within minutes, he's like, your brain was frying. Your body was on fire.
Really?
Yeah, it's very easy. I mean, I used to do IVs in the field for people because they'd fall out from the heat exhaustion. You just don't realize like it's what do they call it? Water overhydration is what it is.
Overhydration.
Yeah, it can kill you. Just like
And you drink it so fast, the problem is you drink it too fast.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, too much.
Too
Yeah,
much
too
at
much.
once.
The body can't get rid of it. The kidneys can't get rid of that. And what's it supposed to do? It doesn't filter out fast enough. So it goes to the brain and it swells.
Yeah.
It's
Well, they're
scary.
lucky I'm alive because I'm from the 80s and the 70s. I mean, I'm an old fart. And, if I used to ask my parents, hey, can I come in and get a drink in the hot summer weather?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
yeah, drink out of the garden hose. I used to drink out of the garden hose like a fish for 10 minutes straight, and I'm still ticking. So
Yeah.
I don't understand a lot of stuff here and that's the truth. I mean, the garden hose was our fountain. That was our Gatorade. That was our soda. That was our everything.
Yep.
You come in the house at nighttime for dinner. Until they go out until the street lights go.
If you got hungry, you'd go pick the food out of the garden. That's what I did.
Yeah. That
Right?
You know what? I did that. That's
So
funny.
did I. We
Yeah.
always had a garden. This is like the first year I didn't have a garden and I've been dying.
But I
Because I
did that
moved.
when we were little.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, gardens are the best. At least it's healthy.
Yes.
This bottled water that we're buying is no good.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're right.
Hydrate
You're
us.
right.
The
You're
pH
right.
is too high. And then these people are chugging this water and you're not getting what you need in your body. Like you said, Philip, we drank out of the water hose. We didn't come in till the lights came on for dinner. That's when we came home.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're in a
There's
world
a
of
lot.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's so confusing. And, I drank chlorine out of the pool because they dunked my head so many times. I was drinking chlorine water. Then I drink garden hose water. I don't know, but listen, I'm still alive. I must have a purpose here. So you know what? You're right. I do have a purpose.
You do.
My
Everybody
purpose in life is to annoy other people that are still living. Having said that, I do have a question for you.
But yeah.
I have a question. I want to talk about something that blows my mind away, and half the population, the Mandela effect.
Okay.
Now, there's things I remember a certain way, and then some people's like, I don't remember it that way. What do you think is going on over there?
What do you think? I think it's the collagene.
It's somehow that we're shifting dimensions where some people are remembering things, and they left that other dimension of time. It's weird, but like the Fruit of the Loom,
Yeah.
the logo. Some people I remember specifically the what was it, the cornucopia. I mean, some people say no,
Right.
and then other people
That's
like no,
how I
it was
remember it. That's how I remember it. The fruit in the basket.
Yeah.
it.
Me
Yeah,
too.
And then the emblem, right?
Yes.
The and also the videos on TikTok that they're showing,
Yeah.
you know, with the Bernstein Bears. Well, what
Yes.
is it?
Yes. And the
Right?
guy with the
What
bandana.
was it?
What's his name?
I wish I still had these books. Like, I wish I still had
Yeah.
them.
Oh
so
no.
is it I don't believe for one second that we have false memories. I'm not buying
No,
that.
no. So really what's happening is the new earth has already began.
The new earth, there it
The new
is.
earth. So
Yeah.
we're in a timeline totally separate from everybody else.
Yeah.
When you see the truth, you can't go back. You can't go back. We're already awake. They're sleepwalkers, right? They're sleepwalking. I mean, this is my opinion. If other people want to, you know, fight me on it, they can fight me on it. Everybody has the right to their own opinion, but I know we are in a different timeline.
Yeah.
Because I can see the people that are transcending in a different light and growing faster spiritually are seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
The others that are sleepwalking, they're there. They're there with the old, you know, the old way or the way that we've never seen it. And I'm like, the only way I can make sense of it, and I haven't really delved into it because I am multidimensional. I am never fully here. I'm not. I'm just not. And you know, the class I'm teaching in Lilydale that I just put the proposal in for 2024 is Psychic Children of the New Earth Seers.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
The
that.
golden children, the indigos,
Yeah.
they're building. The golden children are now, they're who are going to leave our legacy when we're gone. They're going to
Yeah.
keep what we're doing and what we've started going. They're the new authors. They're the new spiritual teachers. They're the true seers. They're not going to be, you know, they're not going to have a hard life. We are going to be there to guide them. That is why I do what I do spiritually. That is why I reach out. That is why I'm there to mentor parents and children. I don't want what happened to me to happen to them. I don't want them to seek out somebody that's not going to guide them properly or not have anybody at all. I didn't have anybody. I had nobody. I had the dead and I had my guides. And that's how I learned.
You learn from the dead.
So different. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures that Jerry took of me when I was outside of the house. But my guides came through and they showed themselves finally to people.
Wow. Nice.
Those were crazy. Those pictures were crazy. I mean, wow.
Now that is a physical medium. That is what I am. That is who I am. I am all of them. I'm a mental medium. I'm a physical medium. I'm an empathic medium. I have all my clairs squared away. Most mediums do not go that far. They won't because they're scared of the dark. I'm sorry, but I've existed in hell. I know who I have with me. I know I have demons with me. We all do. If you've had an addiction, if you have come into this world and you've had a hard life, oh, believe you me, you have them. And they're not what people think it is. It's influence. It's negativity. That's what I say they are. Human terms, human verbiage is so overrated, and people can sit here, oh, she's probably one of those one. No, if I feel something dark, it's in my pit of my stomach. My armor comes on. My strength comes out of me. My guides protect me. I can feel the difference. So when people want to bullshit me with haunted items, this, that, and the other, and they want to be famous for this, that, and the other, and they have this shit, these things, these oddities, okay, bring it to me and I'll tell you. Because I've turned down a lot of shows. I'm not going to bullshit people. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, that's demons. Oh yeah, this is, it's not like that. Yeah. There are levels of of entities. There are low levels and there are darker levels and there are very strong forces, but it's very rare. And I'm just one of those 1% that had been touched by it. I almost had my leg taken off. I was fully possessed. I have pictures. I mean, obviously you see that my guides come through me. Why wouldn't anything else come through me if it could? Of course it's going to. I'm a channel, I'm a direct line.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're a phone call away.
I get called to fight these things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I want to say Michael Christopher is in chat. Good evening. And he said the good old garden hose. Yes, that good old
Hey, really quick, about the nun that you said was smoking a cigarette. Is she in the room right now?
The nuns?
Well, you said there was a nun in the room smoking a cigarette.
No, that was a joke, Philip.
Oh, I was actually looking for a nun in my room. I don't know.
It's a meme saying, now my spirit guides are standing here like, now what the hell is she up to? Smoking cigarettes around you in the picture.
He is in the basement where we kind of like, I don't want to call it that no more, but
I was looking for a nun. I can't find a nun smoking a cigarette. But I was thinking about cigarettes yesterday. I'm like, maybe I should just start smoking.
No, you interrupted me.
No.
So he is sitting in the basement where that room is. So we all know about that room. So I guess that's why he really thought you meant there was someone standing next to him.
No, I thought she really. I thought she seen a nun. But I don't know. Nuns doesn't want to be in this house. That's for sure.
So let's get to you. You're selling. You have a house that you're selling.
Yes.
Let's talk about that, because maybe after you sell yours, you can sell ours.
Hey, Jerry got the website up. He did a wonderful job. It took him like a day to get everything loaded and up on the website. And I think we had 2,000 hits in the first day.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So are you guys trying to sell your house for real?
I mean,
yeah, we're trying to run it over to Alaska.
Who wants to buy it?
Are you going off grid?
Yeah, off grid for the rest of our lives.
Hey, it's
no connection to the outside world. I want to put myself in an igloo, but it has to be heated. I need TV too. So I guess it would have to be battery operated.
That's what Philip.
You laugh. You know, I see people on videos. They live in Alaska. I don't know how they do it. They're so crafty. They build these little huts, and they're living. They're so happy. They're smiling, and I'm kind of jealous about this stuff.
I can't do the cold. The Alaskans can have it. I want to go visit, but I can't do the cold. I have too much metal in me. Yeah, no, it just won't work.
Yeah, I don't like the cold either.
You would never last like that. You need a shower. I mean, you have to take like your 3 showers a day.
What about the Amazon jungle?
Billy is not going to get your hot tub ready outside in the little, you know, the redneck hot tub. You got to get the water, the horse watering feeder thing, and then get your fire going. We can't acclimate to that. I can't acclimate anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're having the issues, Julia, but I can't acclimate my temp in my body anymore.
I can't either.
Oh my God.
No way.
I'm done trying. I'm either too damn cold or too hot.
They'll never understand.
When I do healings, like I'm just sweating my ass off. I can't.
Oh, what happened to us? We all just blocked out. Okay. So tell us about your house.
So it's 1306 West Valley Road.com. Everybody can check that out. It is the business / private home that I lived in for the last 6 years. It did come with its own spirits. There was something that pulled me to the property. I guess the main thing that had happened with this property, it was built in 1895. It was a Victorian farmhouse. It did have a summer house on it at one time and a full wraparound porch, which is no longer there. But I did start restoring each room. And it's just about finished. I have a couple things to finish up in there. But every woman that has lived in that home has died in that home or in a tragic accident. I did drop dead in 2019 in that home. I did.
Oh, wow.
And that was right before I started getting busy with my business full time. That was after my dad died. For 2 years, I was not present. I went through my own hell. And I'll tell you, they kept me protected. But the thing is, what came with that house that was not good, that I had to get rid of, was the main owner who built the house, and he was a blacksmith. There is a historical book in the town, Loganton, PA. It's just like 15 minutes from my hometown. It's 20 minutes from Penn State University. It is in Amish country. It is very secluded. It is on the mountain at the highest point. It's very beautiful there. I'm going to miss it. I cried the last time we were there to pack some stuff up, which I'm going to be going there after I leave Lilydale, New York, to pack my final things up. But as far as the spirits go, it's a loving house that is very active. Every once in a while, you get ones that come in that are around the property. It is very inhabited by natives. There's a big historical history, and I do live right by the water. I do have a spring that runs right beside the property. It's very charged up. It has had UFO activity. I have, there's a lot of stuff that has happened. Obviously, I was there for a reason.
Yes.
It's a beautiful home, and it needs somebody. It needs a caretaker. It needs somebody to protect and love the spirits that come and go. Some are there permanently. They do not want to leave. But the women suffer greatly. And the thing is, I knew the last woman that died in a tragic accident. Her kids and my kids grew up together. My mom goes to church with her mother, and helps her at this church. So these spirits knew me. These spirits knew me from past lives. I have been there in a past life, just like I've been here. I was welcome when I came here.
Crazy how that happens. It kind of like the house. We always say the same thing. The house chooses you. You don't choose the house.
It does. And they make it very easy for you to obtain it.
Yes.
If you ever have a hard time, it's not meant for you. If it's meant for you, it'll be easy. 1, 2, 3, right? I had no issues with the loan. It's amazing. It's amazing how easy it was for me to obtain. And I was the first person that got the opportunity to buy from the owner.
It's funny that you just said that, because for us, it was really hard for us to get. And I really do feel like it was a good spirit loved one trying to get us away from it.
Right.
Because we went through the same thing. We were very drawn to it. And I don't know why. I mean, the house that we lived in was much bigger and nicer. I don't know why, but we were drawn to this house.
Because you had things you had to learn and go through and experience to grow.
Yeah.
Did you not grow while you were there?
Yes, we did. I think so.
And it's a choice. We choose. Sometimes it's a karmic debt or a past life debt, and it may not be yours necessarily.
Is that what you say?
Could be them, right? So it makes sense.
It ain't mine. She just said it.
Not yours.
What do you mean, not yours? What are we talking about here? Go backwards. Back up a little bit. What do you mean, not hers?
They're not necessarily even your debts. It could just be the past life debts and the spirits that you're working that are in your house. It's past life connections.
Do I owe somebody money in the past life?
What?
Do I owe somebody money in the past life?
No, it's not your debt. It was theirs.
Oh.
Okay.
That's why you guys fight with them. Like, they're loud. They're obnoxious.
Yeah.
They're just energies we're never going to get along with.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
I know you have one specific, and he is around you, Philip.
And he's really nasty.
He's very nasty, and he does smoke. I smell the cigar smoke.
Right now?
I smell the pipe smoke. No, but he's around you constantly. He loves Julia. Do you know that the connection is to you, Julia?
What do you mean?
The past life with the man that's living there, he's pissed at Philip. That would be your past.
Well, join the club with the living. I mean, the living don't like me. The dead don't like me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the aliens could take me away or something like that when they come by with the
No,
spaceship.
that's the debt. That's the thing. This is where it equals itself out.
Did I do something wrong to this guy who smokes cigars?
Right?
Be
You've had
quiet.
dreams. You've dreamt this. The relationships, how it
Well,
intertwines you guys.
you know what's interesting? What you're saying
Right?
is true. Is that in 2008 I had a dream. Julie, when we were living in another part of Pennsylvania, remember I told you I have a dream that we're going to be moving, and it's a home with a weird basement. There's something different about the basement. And then in 2010, here until now, look where we are in the house with the weird basement.
Yeah.
Because you, Philip, you always loved her. He took her from you, and he's pissed because now in this lifetime, he's still stuck because of what he owed to her, because of how he treated you. So when you talk to him, you let him know you're done. You're tired of the crap. He can move on. He's never going to have your energy, or you're never going to want him around. That's why he's lingering for you. That is why you two are there right now, to settle this debt.
Interesting.
Does he have a name?
Let's go back. Yeah, who's this guy? What's his name? Uh-oh. I hate to do this to you on air.
No, because it's coming through. That's why I was coughing. It's him.
Something.
I think it's Chief.
Ask my guides.
I was going to say that too. Is it Chief?
Let me ask your guides to work with my guides. Let me get his name.
I think it's Chief. I've been told about this guy from a lot of people that have been here. His name is Chief.
Don't tell me anything.
No, I know, but that's what we've been told.
No, his name starts with an R, and I am getting an R-O, as in a Robert. This man is connected. Fuck. Mind my French. I am getting authority. I am getting money. I am getting... he was well held in his lifetime, but the people didn't understand who he was. Now, I do see him being military affiliated. And this is where the connection got broken. But where it's intertwined with you two and your souls, this is where he took Julia in the past life from you, Philip. Robert married her when you two loved each other. But because of the scenario and the situation and the circumstances and his role in the community, you were forced to be with him and not Philip in that lifetime. So now your souls have reconnected when you came back together. So when I tell people, and now I know because I have my other half now. Now I know. I thought I had this, I had 2 marriages. I just went through a horrible divorce. Jerry and I have been working behind the scenes for 4 years in the field. He used to run the Lizzie Borden house. Okay. This man is my energy. He is my match. You two are a match. You were always meant to be together. There was a certain feeling as soon as you knew you met, you knew you'd be together. Did you not? There was nothing questioning your connection. It was a knowing, a feeling, a familiar. You felt like you knew each other forever. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is true.
So where you're at in this location, what I would suggest is to dig up the history. We'll have to sit and talk about that a little bit more. I with people being, where we're at right now, I'd rather go into it with just the two of you, and we can dive a little bit deeper.
Yeah, of course. This show's about you, not about us. But
it's okay. It's interesting because he was like bugging me, and I couldn't stop coughing, and I'm like, ew, I'm not giving him my attention because first of all, I know you're already irritated by him, so I didn't want to bring it up right away, but I knew it was going to come up. So your dream, you knew, like that was your guides, Philip, telling you to prepare. This is something she needed. So you need to like put your foot down, Julia. Philip, you need to put your foot down too. And that now you know Now he's going to know that you know, but he doesn't know what you know, right? That's where I come in. I find the root cause of the issue.
Well, now that we're on air, I can make a deal with you because I know I'm funny and I have a great sense of humor. I do. I'm funny. I mean, look, life is short. But in another part of that dream, no joke, I'm not making this up to try to be funny. In another part of the dream, I became somehow, I had to move down south. And I
Yeah.
became
Yeah.
so wealthy that I had money at my disposal that I was just giving it away. And I know it sounds crazy and it's like stuck and embedded in me because obviously I don't have that kind of money. We're talking serious
Well,
millions.
yeah.
And I wonder where, if you pick up like, like how to go in that direction,
Yeah. Get a hold of me. Get a hold of me.
like I'm not even making this stuff up. Julie, I told you. That's why you married me.
Things like that. That is your bloodline. You came from royalty. So did Julia. But what had happened was these were arranged.
Yeah.
They were arranged then.
Yeah.
You had no say. Philip, you had no say. You were fighting for her. And you were just as well off. It wasn't that you weren't. This is what happens. This is like, then it carries over in this lifetime as a challenge because you already know what what your worth is, your soul. You're born with abundance. When you have those dreams, that is telling you where you're supposed to be.
I mean, I believe that.
I believe it's supposed to be down south. Yeah.
He's always talking about going down south constantly.
So if anyone's on this show listening right now with us and you have a spot down south, send an invite for permanent residency till I get my billions. Thank you. No, we'll definitely reach out to you because it is something that is embedded. It is funny and it's just, this has been like a part of me. I'm like, where is it?
Yeah. You have to change locations. That's called astrophotography or astroprojection. Yeah.
She'll pack the bags tonight.
God. The crazy thing is we've been trying to get out of this house for a long time and we just can't.
Now you understand why you've had the challenges. It's something you guys needed to like come to terms with, and everybody, the souls, you guys, that's why you're there. You had to wrap it up. Now you can wrap this up.
When I know I don't want to do this on the show because it's about you, but we're gonna tell you something when we do talk to you again that's gonna blow your mind away that actually you hit to be true on that connection with me and Julia.
Yeah.
In the past life. It's gonna blow you. In fact, you're gonna be like, you're gonna say 3 letters. Oh my God.
I want to hear it.
Well, the show's really about you, not about me.
It's okay. You're validating me.
Okay. Well, if you put it that way.
Right,
So
Julia?
anyway, I want to say that she didn't know this, and I'm going to say it on air, that through research and documentary research of people working the history of not only my case, the Horsefly Chronicles, but the background of how this all transcended, Julia and I and other people are buried together. And this is a fact, like this is what we have this in the 1800s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We were siblings.
Yes. Yes.
And remember back in the day, royalty stayed with the siblings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Now I have this is documented. Like she's on the stone and it says Julia and her last name and my last name were Rose. We're part of this wealthy family.
Yes, you were royalty, both of you.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is the little cemetery where they're buried is on his father's
property.
Old. Yes.
That's what I was getting. And I knew it.
Yes.
You guys.
He doesn't own the property.
The goosies, because there's no coincidences. Our souls know, whether we remember or not, but you two are awake. So you were able to dig it up and you knew how to follow what you were getting. And this is the stuff that I help people open up to. You guys do it too. It's nothing, you know, I'm not telling anybody anything that they don't already know. It's just validating you, just like I get validated. That's all. We validate each other. We need to have each other to support each other in this journey because God, it's confusing, right? It is. It's like a maze and a rat race that we already know where we belong. It's like, but how do we get there? It's a journey, not a destination. And we're impatient.
That's true. You're right. Yep. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing that you picked it up. I actually have chills. That's incredible.
I have these, you guys. But now you can move down south. And we'll talk more about it later.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. You know, I wanted to ask you,
I like her, Jules. We need to have her back on again.
I know.
We're going closer to the money.
We had her on our show, but I think it was on the other network, but yeah, we've had her on.
It's been a long time, yeah.
Very long time.
Yeah.
She's awesome. I wanted to ask you, you know, as an empath, you find it hard to trust a lot of people.
Yes. I've been slandered. I've been bullied. I'm the black sheep. I was the one, I would stick up for people. I'd be the voice for others that couldn't speak. And, you know, I was that person at one time too. We were a little mouse. People tried to, my book, what is it? Find your voice in the darkness. Why? Because I had been silenced. You know, my stories go a lot deeper in this lifetime. I was abused sexually by a family member. I was violently raped at a young age. I am a survivor. I am a warrior. I am not a victim, you know, and I'm here to speak for those who have lost themselves because of the guilt and the shame. And, you know, I will write more about that. I do have another book coming. Jerry and I are going to make oracle cards. We're going to share a story, our story. And I'm going to speak more about this because it's time. It's time to speak up, you know, about this. And this is hard for people. This is where it's hard because everything's energy. We're interjected with energy every second of every day, whether it's a person, a place, a thing, a situation, a scenario, and we absorb it. So what do we have to do? We have to understand how to protect our energy. We need to guard ourselves, but not put walls up to where we can't love. We can't feel. I've been numb. I've been down that road. It's very lonely. And it's hard enough being who we are, sensitives, let alone going through all these other, you know, obstacles in our life and scenarios because there's just shitty people out there. And I don't care who you are. You can bring the darkest dark spirit to me. It's the people that scare me, the dark entities in human form that scare me.
You're absolutely right. It's the humans. I think we have to be more afraid of them than the other side.
Yeah.
That is very, very true.
There's nothing to be afraid of. You learn, right? We learn.
Absolutely.
The more you're opened, the more that you trust that you're okay. What's the worst that's going to happen? Are you going to die? We're not getting out of here anyway. We're not getting out of here alive anyway. So let's be logical. I have a war every day in my head. Am I going to die? If I get scared to do something, I say, am I going to die from this? No. If I do, I'm ready to go. I'm not afraid of death. I know what it is. I know how it feels. I've been there. I'm on other channels. I'm on Roku, and I share my stories, my near-death experiences. I'm not scared.
Oh, wow.
I'm not scared.
Well, we definitely have to have you back for part 2.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that Phil would like to really hear about the NDEs that you've had.
Yeah,
because he's very into all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, mine are dark. Mine went dark, you know, and it was always losing somebody close to me. is what triggered it. Addiction, drinking. I mean, you
Yeah.
name it, I've done it. I've went through it. It is brief periods. I've always had a lot of self-control, but we're human.
Yeah.
Our mistakes are not our mistakes. We're learning. They're stepping stones, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And if you go ahead, Julia.
That's why we do the show. We do the
Yeah.
show to learn, and it's a
We
stepping
need
stone
to
to
educate.
understand, what everybody else has been through. And
None of us are perfect, and that's okay. We're not supposed to be. We're supposed to live. We're in this soul with weight for a reason.
yeah,
We're here
True.
to slow down
very, very true. Absolutely.
and experience life because we came and we chose and we wrote it. Just like we wrote this. We wrote this together. This is a soul contract.
Oh, I like that. That's true.
Right?
It is true.
Right? Yeah. We wrote this. We
We
wrote
always
how this was going to go, what we were going to talk about.
It's true. Well, Scott, we thank you so much for coming on tonight.
I love you guys.
The hour has
Oh, I
just
love you too. You're the
have to
best.
have you back for part 2. I mean, you're a pleasure to talk to. We really are.
I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I love your energy.
Thank you.
Well,
Julie,
put your
before you
husband
wrap up
together,
the
and now you
show,
know. Now you know
Yes.
it's time.
Yeah.
it is time. And Julie, before you wrap up the show, I just want to let everybody know that I also wrote down, like Sky was saying, well, I wrote down that the aliens take me away and bring me to a galaxy far, far away with everything I always wanted on there. Everything.
I
And I'm
saw
going
you
to talk about it. And in fact, I might talk about it for a couple hours. So, Julie, extend the show. Oh, don't listen to me. Wrap it up, Julie.
Special thank you to Carnation for fully sponsoring the show. We love them so much. And please join us next week on the United Public Radio Network on 107.7 FM and 105.3 FM from New Orleans. And don't forget, we are on Roku right now streaming live. So don't forget to watch. Thank you again so much for coming on tonight.
Many blessings to you guys.
Thank
you.
you so much. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.